In less than a month, Seattle Public Schools will have a new leader. As KIRO 7's Lindsay Sheldon found out, Superintendent Ben Schuldiner has a lot of plans, including going through the budget with a fine-tooth comb and even possibly adding metal detectors.
How can you send your child to a school district if you don't feel your child's going to be safe?
The new superintendent of Seattle Public Schools, Ben Schuldiner, has a lot of priorities, but safety is still first and foremost.
There's all sorts of what's considered gold standard safety and security things that a school district can do. And what I see in Seattle is that you are approaching that, but not there.
SBS has seen tragedy. 12-year-old Arsema Baraku killed by a rolling car in March. The shooting death of 17-year-old Ebenezer Hiley inside Ingram High School in 2022. And 17-year-old Amar Murphy Payne shot outside Garfield High School in 2024.
In September, the SPS board voted against a school engagement officer at Garfield. So what does Schuldiner think can make schools safer?
You're talking about fencing. You're talking about cameras. You're talking about secure vestibules. You're talking about metal detectors in the high schools.
But adding metal detectors can be controversial. How do you respond to those concerns about metal detectors?
So what we do in Lansing is not necessarily what we're going to do in Seattle, but what we did in Lansing was we talked to the families. We said, what do you want? We talked to the kids.
Schuldiner pointed out people pass through metal detectors at concerts and sporting events all the time. He says these could be run by school staff, people students know.
My job is to come to Seattle and say, hey, look, here are a lot of options. We need to do something. Where are we as a community?
His job is also to balance the books. That means going through the budget line by line, job by job, looking for impact and overlap.
What I've seen, and again, I'm not the superintendent yet, but I've been in a lot of meetings and I've looked at a lot of the budgets, is what I see is a lot of inefficiencies.
In the Lansing School District, Schuldiner increased graduation rates from 62% to 88% over 3 years.
And it's not rocket science.
He created what he calls graduation specialists, who had relationships with every child who needed to graduate, their families and their teachers.
And once a month, we will put on the screen names of children that are behind in credits, and we'll say, what are you doing for that child?
It's something he tells me he'd consider here, too. And it's the same, he says, with attendance.
What's happening at the individual school, at the individual level? Maybe it's a school bus issue.
There's a lot on Schuldiner's plate in his first year. In addition to the board's requirements, he says he'll grade himself on attendance, graduation, and safety and security.
Those are our big three.
Making sure staff is in the right place.
And then, of course, the last thing is we can't be $100 million in the hole.
Lindsay Sheldon, KIRO 7 News.
Schuldiner comes from a much smaller district than Seattle. If you want to see what he said about his ability to handle so many schools and his plans for his first 100 days, you can find that in Lindsay's story on our website, KIRO7.com.